I don't... I mean, outside of her at 10% that she can give, I can't really see how Abby can play too well of a part. Because, I mean, like, the double Scotty Dantes was a big thing in Guildfest, and I was able to pull it off with fairly decent reliability. There were the occasional runs that I had trouble with, but... Oh wait, Abby's NP damage, that's right. She does give NP damage for 3 turns as well. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm starting to see more where you're coming from now. I mean, granted, at the time I'm pretty sure I was leveling up a Mystic Code, so I wasn't using the Switch one, but that bears... That's actually a really intuitive strategy that I didn't think of throwing Abby in there. That is actually a very intuitive strategy you've got there, Crow. I wonder if if I can use that in Christmas time. Because it is coming up, and, you know, the Christmas boxes, gotta get them all, gotta get them all. But we're about to go into Section 5, the White Cavalry Heroine, the best in the land. No battles for this section, so it should be nice and chill. Although I'm guessing we are seeing the hero that, Mothman, because that's easier to remember than his actual name, had his general, I think, unfreeze. Amidst the flowers, a jug of wine I pour alone, lacking companionship. So raising the cup, I invite the moon, then turn my shadow, which makes the 3 of us. 500 boxes! Good Lord Almighty, man. I don't think I would have the patience to do that. That's insanity. How long did that take you? Well, lady, you've got a beautiful voice. What does that mean? Well, it means if you're ever drinking by yourself amongst flowers, you can still have some companionship if you toast to the moon and your shadow. You know how when you're out taking a walk at night and you look up and see the moon, you find yourself craving a drink? Don't you think it makes alcohol all the sweeter? Never had alcohol before, but I do like the moon. It's pretty. I know what you mean. It's hard to put into words, but there's just something mysterious about it. So what? You always go drinking the flower fields like that whenever the moon's out? Huh? Not me, silly. I was a man named Li Bai. Not to say I don't follow this lead now and then. Huh? Wait, you say this Li Bai guy was doing his moon gazing alone, right? So how'd you hear what he said? Were you spying on him or something? Oh, you used a bot to do it. I see. But still, like, 500 boxes. So, if my memory is right, if you had the most optimal farming setup, you could generally get 3 runs per... each box would take, like, 3 runs. That'd be 1,500 runs at 40 AP a pop. 1 apple would generally cover it. So did you tap into the rainbow apples in order to get that many boxes? Or did you just save up 500 freaking golden apples? You did? Damn. I mean, I've got well over 300 golden apples saved up, I think. So, I mean, I could theoretically do something similar, but I don't think I would ever dare tap into the rainbow apples, man. You are a braver lad than I. So how'd you hear what he was saying? Oh, yeah, I heard that. 250 golds and 200 quartz. Damn. Like, that's so much quartz. You heated the mats. I am not doubting you, man. I'm not doubting you. You're probably no longer in QP hell, I'd say that at least. No, of course he was alone. I just learned how he drank and how he felt in that moonlit flower later on, though, through his poem. Oh, so this Li Bai guy told you about it later, then. Bones and dust. Yeah, I'm in a bit of bone hell right now. Thankfully, it does look like this coming Christmas event does have bones in the lotto, so... Woo! You're in reverse QP hell. I've heard rumors of that. I have heard rumors of reverse QP hell. It's something I myself have never experienced. No, I never met him. I read his poem well after he first wrote it down, and many others had copied it. Wrote down. Oh god, their literacy is They don't have writing. No wonder their technology level is at 0. Geez, everybody who plays Civilization 5 and looks at the scoreboards knows that if you don't go through writing, your technology level will always be 0. Gosh. This Qin Shi Hong is a noob at Civ. He's rushed all the way to giant death robots and he skipped writing. For shame. Yes, writing, it uses symbols to convey language. It lets you record your own thoughts, ideas, and experiences for others to read, even if they live long after you've died. That sounds awesome, I want to try that. That's great, there are tons of characters, but it's not too bad if you just learn a few at a time. I know, why don't we start with something simple, like the ones for father and mother? 500 boxes goal around this time, and you'd be done with those, and you think gold and gems? Wait, so you're doing this just so you can be completely and totally done having to farm the mats ever again? That's insanity, dude! Like, that's pure insanity. At most, I'd go for like 100 boxes as my goal, but you're going for another 500. That dedication, man. Father, mother, what's... Oh my god, they don't even... Do they not know how babies are made? Cause that'd just be weird. And now I'm questioning if the Scandinavian Lostbelt really was technologically inferior to this one. I'm sorry, does he not have parents? Parents? What are those? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Gold gem farming is hell in a handbasket. You are not wrong. Good lord, they don't... I think she probably means whose womb he was born from. I can figure out when I was born by counting backwards, but I don't know who might have been pregnant the year before. Okay, so they do know about the birds and the bees. Okay, but womb grown from... Well, actually, no, they might not know about the birds and the bees. Yeah, how the hell are we supposed to remember something like that? Then who raises the children? We all do. When the kids have questions, whoever's free teaches them to till the fields, how lucky we are to have Heavenly Emperor watching over us. Oh, and someone teaches them how babies are made once they're old enough. I see, so that's how things work here. Well, there are characters for everything, including things you see every day, so why don't we start with the ones for light and earth? Okay. Okay, so they do know how babies are made, good lord. Yes. Good lord, Spartacus. Good freaking lord. I'm so sympathizing with Spartacus here. He needs to free these people from the oppressors. Ah, how tragic. This world's people have had their minds shackled and are forced to live as slaves under the yoke of illiteracy. This is oppression. It is information warfare of a wholly different kind. I will do whatever I must to throw off these chains. Must be nice being a servant and never having to worry about anything. Never mind that excessively empathizing with these people tightens the noose around our own necks. This is a Lostbelt. We need to defeat its corruptor, chop down the tree of emptiness, and cut off its future by sending it back to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. If all this will only leave you feeling guilty when it comes time for that, then you're better off not showing these people any kindness at all. Now, if you don't care about any of that, and simply enjoy meeting new people, then knock yourself out. But I'm not so simple-minded. I'm well aware there's only so much stress I can take. And Gordolf proving why he is a damn good director, too. Damn good. But yeah, I mean, I actually don't know where I stand on a gold gem standpoint at the moment. Given that I tend to only go to 555 with most of my servants, I don't really ever suffer too much on golden gems. Like, I can't even remember, I think Dante's was the last servant I really pushed up beyond the 555 boundary. And I don't think he really required golden gems, ironically enough. Almost at 666 on everybody, nice. I mean, I try to at least have a minimum of 2 all my leveled servants are at least 555. I'm debating pushing them up to 666. It's definitely something that's been a thought since it would lower cooldowns by 1. But, yeah. That is some incredible dedication. Are all your servants actually leveled up as well?
You're wrong. Oppressor who has never known oppression. What was that? Vanquishing an opponent after you have helped keep them weak is only another form of oppression. People deserve freedom.
Spartacus.
It's only when they have fangs with which to fight and hope for the future that competition may arise. I am, of course, sole servant. As such, I will do everything I can to fight for proper human history. That will never change. But as a man who honors people's pride, I must also say this. We cannot just assume proper human history is the only one that deserves to survive.
Yes, fangs are another issue I've been having. But everyone except the new saber. How many servants do you have in your Chaldea, out of curiosity, then?
Have you lost your mind, man? No, wait. You're a berserker. This must be your Madness enhancement speaking.
Easy there. Don't let him get to you. He's just all fired up after seeing how cowardly all these people are. He might be talking more than usual, but he's still just saying the same shit he always does. No, he's not, Mo. Spartacus is actually being incredibly insightful here. Like, I'm legitimately questioning if he is a berserker summoned into these circumstances. If his madness enhancement doesn't just become EX and he becomes, like, I don't know, cognizant of everything. Berserkers can't understand him, can't change him.
Humans must ever move forward and search for a better future. Master Soul, you have yet to become an oppressor. Pay close attention to this world and how its people live their lives. You must see for yourself whether it is they or we who are fit to inherit humanity's future. Just as we now fight against our destruction, so too should they have claws and fangs of their own, with which to rage against destiny's oppression. For justice can only be attained when two opposing rebellions clash.
See if the mission subside.
Their coming battle will determine that. Once it has, that is when I will take up my sword in rebellion. But if that happens, that true human dignity is to be found here in this Lostbelt, then I shall bend my knee in service to China.
Wow.
Should that come to pass, the souls of those here must not be bound by the chains of oppression. If they are to inherit the hopes and dreams of our proper human history, we must teach them about our poetry and our feelings. So please do not admonish Jinki for her actions.
Well, I cannot agree with everything Spartacus has said here. There is certainly no harm in being on good terms with the locals. I cannot imagine Miss Jiangqi can idly stand by either. Seeing these people toil away in illiteracy under Qin Shi Huang's rule cannot have set will with her. Why not let her help them if she so wishes? Yeah, I mean, Spartacus does bring up a good point. He does legitimately bring up a good point. Like, they deserve to know what they're fighting for. I imagine he would have had no real... I mean, he would have not liked Ivan as much in the first Lostbelt. He was, I suppose, not really in the right state of mind, Ivan was, but he would have been fine with the Yaga because they know how to fight and survive. He wouldn't really like the class system they sort of had, but he would have been fine with them. He would have also had similar feelings, I feel, to the second Lostbelt, where people were just being kept as cattle. I'm not really sure which is worse, though. People being kept as cattle, or people just being, like, complete and total ignorance. I mean, he does bring up a point. If something were to happen to us, then it would be the Cryptors versus each other and their Lostbelts versus each other. It's not really good for humanity to be stagnant and not really know what they're fighting for. And I can't help but, like, wonder if, like, it's never going to be revealed, but, like, if there was ever anybody in the Scandinavian Lostbelt who decided to try and fight against the giants, you know, rather than just being squished if they decide to try and fight back. I mean, I know that the Valkyries bemoaned having never taken a true hero in so long, but, you know, I don't know. The Lostbelts are making me think deeply philosophically. Fo-fo! Madness enhancement or not, it seems you are still a heroic spirit, and not shy about sharing your opinions, either. You know, I once looked up to the indomitable gladiator Sparkus myself back when I was a lad, but never mind that. I can't help but notice it's been 2 days since we got here, and we're no closer to finding an antidote. But we've still got time, right? Right? Oh, he brings up a valid point. Yeah, 2 weeks since we've got here, probably a day since we've left. As you've requested, your Imperial Majesty, but I've determined who I think to be our two best warriors and brought them back from Mount Lee. So I see. Well done, Captain. The first is Qin Liang Yu, the first general who hails from Shang King of Sichuan. Oh yes, the one who commands the White Cavalry. It's a great honor to serve as your spear and shield again, your Imperial Majesty. We still have such vivid recollections of how gallantly you fought in the Bosu Rebellion. We can think of none better than you to fight in defense of our empire. You are too kind, your Imperial Majesty. Now that I have been reawakened after such a long time sleeping, I can ask for nothing better than to help uphold your reign for another 10,000 years. Excellent, we will hold you to that. Our empire faces an unprecedented threat. Use your mastery over the Ash Spear to disperse the clouds looming upon our land. I will, your Imperial Majesty. 190... Crow, have you gotten, like, every servant that possibly can be gotten? Out of curiosity, man? Nice about you're a strategist. I gave it a lot of thought and decided to go with your most loyal retainer. Then I served you longer than anyone else. This guy does not look familiar. A second banner servant, I guess? He doesn't really look... I don't know. You're missing quite a few. Go melt! I don't know who just said that. Go melt! I don't know who said that either, you know? Hello again, your Imperial Majesty. It's me, Hanjin, your faithful right-hand man. Oh, our most distinguished Hanjin. We may have many heroes at our disposal at Mount Lee, but few who know us before we obtained this holy vessel. You are a living witness to Qin's military history. So I'm guessing you woke me up to fight another war? Where are we invading this time? The desert, the ocean, no wait, don't tell me the moon. No, our war of conquest is long since complete. Your leadership in the Arctic War was crucial to defending the Aztec Republic. The Aztec Republic? Damn. And our last great enemy, the Habsburg Empire, succumbed to our economic sanctions. The world has long been at peace. Aww. Melt isn't Bond 10. Nito, Scotty, Arash. Arash? You know what? Put all their names on a dartboard and throw darts to find out. Aw. I mean, that's wonderful to hear, your Imperial Majesty. Who doesn't want peace? Still, a peaceful world is like a tidy room. It's bound to get dusty eventually. Indeed, so I'm counting on you to handle the cleanup once again. But by the way, how has science progressed since the last time I was like, any new weapons I should know about? Oh yes, with the exception of our royal guards and the supervisors defending the fields, we've retired most of our flesh and blood soldiers. The bulk of our army is now comprised of automated mechanical soldiers. Mechanical soldiers? This is huge! We won't have to keep them fed or rested, and if one breaks, we can just repair it and send it back into the field. Oh, this changes everything. Waifu Nito, I choose you. Which Nito, though? Caster or Assassin? The possibilities are endless. New strategies, new tactics. That's enough to make my head spin. Hanjin, while you are much too unusually called a genius, technical or otherwise, we have nothing but respect for your talent. Make full use of your strategic cunning and return with another victory to your name. Thank you, your Imperial Majesty. You are too kind. Oh my, his expressions are just unique as rumors suggested. No wonder Lord Hanjin is such a decorated general. Wonderful. With these two, the Empire's defenses should be airtight. Really? You're still bond leveling Assassin one. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you have enough rare prisms to afford more of the Revolutionary Flames. Because that's what... I'm going to just call them the Revolutionary Flames, Visionary Flames, because that's what they are to me. They're the Chaldean Visionary Flames.